Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might be the best Marvel movie since Endgame, and here's why. It features the MCU's first F-bomb, and it wasn't scripted, according to director James Gunn. The F-word, courtesy of StarLord, was not planned. I told Chris to add it on set, and it just made the moment funnier, so we kept it, and we agree.
Push the button. It looks like you're pushing the keyhole.
The what?
There's a button under the handle. Press that in.
Okay. Now what?
Open the door.
But you will have to go watch the movie for the uncensored version.
Piece of...
You think?
It's very funny and very emotional. In good old Marvel fashion, the movie balances action and humor perfectly.
Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude? No. Ow!
What we weren't expecting were the dark themes the movie also tackles. From the loneliness and despair that comes with losing a loved one, to the cruelty behind animal experimentation. The movie is truly a roller coaster of emotions, and is already seen by many as the darkest MCU movie ever. It's the origin story you didn't know you needed. Rocket's life is on the line, so the team goes on a dangerous mission to try to save him, and unexpectedly uncover Rocket's turbulent past. Spoiler alert, it's a heartbreaking story. But it does explain why Rocket is the cynical, loner raccoon he is. It's disgusting. In the best way possible. They really didn't hold back with the VFX, and the end result is amazing. Everybody shines, even the newbies. The beloved group of misfits is loved for a reason. Chris Pratt as Peter Quill / StarLord.
I mean, I love the fact that the movie gets to come out and that the world is going to be seeing it. And the journey of getting there. On a lot of films, it's not great. On a lot of films, you have assholes you have to deal with, you have a bunch of problems, people are fighting behind the scenes and you would never know that. It's not the case with this film. The relationships between each of the people has been, to me, the most enjoyable aspect of playing this character. You know, constantly making ourselves laugh and being on, even if literally no one else is in the room. Like, it's a non-stop thing.
Zoe Saldana as Gamora.
Because of my athletic background, it's just how does it happen? What takes place? A lot of rehearsals, a lot of conversations with James in terms of what he wants your character to do, and you lean in.
Dave Bautista as Drax the Destroyer, aka one of the most badass actors ever.
Somebody ran over to me and said, your brother's about to get into a fight. And I walked over to the guy and I'm like, you got to get out of here, leave. The stand-in came up and said, James, he picked me up by the tits. And I said, whoa. Dave was there and Dave said, what's the problem? And then this big guy came marching over to Dave and he's like about to get in Dave's face. And Dave has actual superpowers, so it's pretty cool. And Dave just went like this with his hand. He tapped the guy like this. And then the guy flew back like 30 feet.
Karen Gillan as Nebula.
I wasn't sure that I was going to become a fully fledged Guardian, actually. Like, James had told me that this character was going to evolve in all these amazing ways, but I didn't realize I was going to be a Guardian. And then we were filming, this movie, and I got to wear the uniform. We did the obligatory slow motion walking shot to cool music, and I felt cool, and I felt like a Guardian, and I was like, oh my god, I've graduated!
Punk Clementaif as Mantis.
I love the character so much. When I had the audition, I had no idea how big the character would be. I didn't know it would be that big, but I was really. I think it's a really moving and special character.
Bradley Cooper as Rocket.
We're not looking at you funny. You got anger issues. Mature yourself!
Chun Gunn as Kraglin Ob Fontery.
He sort of adds to what's going on with the Yondu and the Ravager story. But then in the second movie, Kraglin actually gets an arc, and he has something that, he has a change that his character undergoes over the course of the movie. So I was very lucky to be able to get to do, sink my teeth into it and get to do a little bit more. But I like playing Kraglin a lot.
Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. Elizabeth Debicki as Isa.
Well, I play Aisha, and she's the high priestess of the sovereign planet. And, she's a very sort of powerful woman within this planet. She runs everything with an iron fist.
Chukwudi as the High Evolutionary.
I'm reminded of my sole purpose in the universe. To take unevolved, disgusting, low-life scum such as yourselves and enhance you genetically to something less reprehensible.
Maria Bakalov as Cosmo the Space Dog.
Playing a character that has such a big heart, because we all know that dogs are like this creatures that loves you unconditionally, and it's been, I don't know, like a dream.
And of course, Sylvester Stallone as Staccaro Gord. Bonus, the music is amazing.
This movie was by far the most difficult to put the music together for, and I changed it throughout the process. When they got the first script, it was some different music in it than what we ended up with, not in the last script.
This shouldn't be a surprise though. StarLord does have great taste in music.
Nebula's pretty different this time around. I think we're sort of seeing a slightly lighter side to her personality, a little bit more humor. I think. Is she funny? And yeah, a little bit more like willing to show vulnerability, which has been quite difficult for her with her upbringing with Thanos. And so it's nice to kind of evolve the character into somebody who is willing to accept love for the first time and willing to show love to people for the first time in her life.
I take socks all the time and underwear.
You take underwear?
Yeah, just steal it. Why would I give it back? It's weird to give it back anyway, no?
Yeah, I guess they're not going to use it again, hopefully.
Or maybe they could, but that would be weird too.
Zoe, what did you take?
No, everything is just so top secret that the thought of taking something and being called out by Marvel just was petrifying. But I kept every sweatshirt that I got, every t-shirt.
Stole like the first StarLord uniform, but then he was wearing it to hospitals with kids.
One day they're gonna be like, sir.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
It's not relevant anymore. You're gonna have
Print that. That's what I
Je s'appelle Groot.
Yes.
Il sono Groot. Ik ben Groot. Ik ben Groot. I like that.
No, I kept asking James, am I doing too much? And he was like, no, it's the holiday special. Go crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go crazy. Hello. We do that all the time on set.
A Mario thing that you're talking about?
No, it's like kind of psychedelic and fun. I don't know. Do you guys have ideas?
Mantis on shrooms. You heard it here first.
James is James who writes the script and who's he's an incredible conductor of orchestra. He knows exactly when to hit you with the emotion and to be grounded in something very deeply emotional and beautiful, and then surprise you with something funny.